What is up, guys? My name is Eric. I go by Sobermtg. If you're new here, hit the like and follow button. I wanted to share my experience and thoughts of the Boise Card Show this weekend. So this weekend, we went to the Boise Card Show on Saturday at the fairgrounds. I live in Boise, Idaho. My stepdaughter, who is turning 19, is big into Pokemon all of a sudden. My stepson, who is younger, is been in Pokemon for a little while. My stepdaughter has just like kind of gotten like big into this. She's just did her freshman year at BSU, and she was home and she started ripping packs. And so I rip packs and love packs. So I knew this show was coming up. So we went to the Boise card show. And I haven't been to a card show in a while. And I'm curious of what your thoughts are on card shows. Comment down below. And I want to just share my realistic opinion and view of card shows. I will say going to this, the venue itself is great. They have it at the fairgrounds inside of one of the big buildings. It's air conditioned. There's food there. The bathroom lines weren't bad. Good spaces between the aisles. All of that was great. Well lit. Everything on that aspect I think was wonderful. It's free. If you do want the early bird pass, it's like $15. Otherwise, it's from like 10 till 5, or you can get in from like 9 to 10 is the early bird pass, or 8:30 to 10. And I played Magic. Majority of what I do is Magic. I am slowly getting into some Riftbound, which I'm starting to enjoy. I will say this card show did solidify to me that Riftbound is starting to become a little bit of a force. I'm seeing a lot more vendors with Riftbound. These are the Chinese Riftbound boosters, but I'm starting to kind of get into Riftbound. I'm digging it. I was shocked though. I will say that card shows, especially if you're like a big collector and you're collecting it, like it's a fun environment. I mean, the positives of it is like I got to go with my daughter and her girlfriend, my stepson. It was me, the four of us. We went. We had fun. We had a fun family time together. It allowed my wife to take a nap. Like we had a good time. She found some of the Jolteons. She's a big Jolteon fan, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm a huge Sylveon fan, so it was cool that she was finding some Jolteons that she liked. But the pricing I was kind of shocked with. The pricing I really saw was all over the board. A lot more Pokemon than anything else. There was some Magic the Gathering. There are 3 vendors really kind of there for Magic the Gathering. And the pricing kind of shocked me. I mean, Pokemon was what I expected to be, but I will say Magic the Gathering was not what I expected it to be. It was a lot higher than I expected it to be. I was surprised. They were trying to sell boxes of Strixhaven for like 140, which I don't think it's worth that at all. Spider-Man for 160. I was really surprised by what they were trying to sell some of these sealed booster boxes for. The singles, I think they were fairly competitive with the singles, and of course, people wheel and deal a little bit. And when you're at a show, if you do want to buy something, don't be afraid to ask people what they'll take or to negotiate with them, because you don't know how long they've sat on the product for. A lot of times you make the mistake of just like, oh, I like that, or it's too much, and you walk away. If it's kind of in your budget range, shoot them an offer. Who knows? Maybe they will take it because they've sat on it. But I will say it's not my thing. I'm noticing more and more like LGS is even kind of like leaning more towards like almost like scalper prices. And I think it's kind of saddening. And I do blame a decent amount of it to Magic the Gathering ambassadors, to Wizards of the Coast in general, to how much product that they're pumping out. It's a very exhausting hobby right now, I've noticed. And you could kind of even just tell by others that they're a little exhausted by it, especially how much Marvel I'm seeing out there now. It's not like Marvel's flying off the shelves anywhere. I can go to big box stores. I went to Target, Fred Meyer's, 2 different Fred Meyer's. I can find Marvel in all of them. I can find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in all of them. Stuff's not flying off the shelves. If you talk to the Magic Gathering ambassadors, it's the greatest stuff ever, and they just blow smoke up your ass. But I will say, like for me as a collector, my biggest thing, and I'll do a video even on this, is I'm very pro proxy, and I'm also very pro making sure you get a good deal. eBay, I think, is one of the better places. TCG Player, Card Kingdom, Stomping Grounds is where I've actually been buying some of my booster boxes from. And I think just really taking the time to find a bargain, I think, is really important. And so that's essentially what I do. I mean, when I was at this card show, they were laughing because everybody bought something. My stepdaughter bought a pack and some singles. Her girlfriend bought a pack. Everybody bought something but me. And they're all like, we're shocked you didn't buy anything, because I was literally price checking everything, and like I I'd rather save the 30 bucks and get it off of eBay, or I'd rather save the 40 bucks and get it from this LGS, that's in Nevada, or there's one that's in Tennessee. I'd rather just order it from them because they got it in stock and it's so much cheaper, even with shipping. And so I will say, like, if you are buying, slow down with the purchases. It's hard not to get caught up in the rush, because I started noticing myself getting caught up in the rush until I really realized, like, is that really what this is worth? And then slowing down. So, I mean, my thing is if you do have card shows going through and you want something fun to do, because they are typically like free to go check them out. Who knows? Maybe you'll find something that you really, really are looking for. But I would say this is, like, don't go and expect great deals. You're probably more better off going to find maybe a card that you're really looking for that maybe you're not having much luck finding elsewhere. Probably going to have more luck than there. But when it really comes to like singles and really buying at a good deal, there's a lot of other places on a card show to do it. And it really shows the amplified aspect of how many scalpers are out there, because you could just tell how many of these people aren't in this for the game, who don't have a brick and mortar LGS, who don't really know the product that well. And unfortunately, there's a ton there. And you could tell too, because there was such a discrepancy in prices. I mean, I could see for the same card up to a $50 sway throughout the entire place. Like, these guys, nobody ever went through and like even compete, what's everyone else's prices at. It surprised me how whacked like the prices were, where I've usually went to card shows and the prices have been somewhat all on par. You might find a good deal where somebody maybe mispriced something or whatever at one or two like vendors, but this one, it was like everybody's prices were different. It was so weird. But I'm curious of what your thoughts and experiences are at card shows. Mine are this: it's fun. It's a fun experience to have with the family. It's fun, like bonding experience, and maybe spend a little bit of money. But like going and thinking you're going to snag great deals and stuff, definitely not the place to do it. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Hit the like and follow button if you like content like this. I just share my realistic opinion and views on things, just because I think that people are supposed to have a lot of fun in this hobby. And that's the thing, is like, this hobby is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be affordable, and that's what it's about, and trying to keep it that way as much as humanly possible. So I mean, comment your experience.